Hey space fans, welcome back to Channel Name. NASA just dropped a bombshell that's got the science world buzzing. Acting Administrator Sean Duffy announced plans to end Earth science at NASA, redirecting the agency's focus entirely to space exploration. Is this a bold move to reclaim America's space dominance, or a reckless gutting of critical climate research? We're diving deep into what this means, why it's controversial, and what's at stake. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let's blast off into this debate. On August 14, 2025, Sean Duffy, NASA's acting administrator for just over a month, went on Fox Business's Mornings with Maria and declared that NASA's climate and Earth science programs are being sidelined. Quote, "All the climate science and other priorities of the last administration were going to move aside. All of our science will be directed toward exploration." This is a massive shift for NASA, an agency historically tasked with studying both space and Earth as laid out in its 1958 charter. Duffy, who's also the U.S. Transportation Secretary, isn't a space expert. He's a former congressman, reality TV star, and Fox Business host. His vision? Prioritize lunar bases, nuclear reactors on the moon, and beating China in the space race. But scrapping Earth science? That's raising eyebrows, especially since NASA's charter explicitly mandates studying Earth's atmosphere and phenomena. Let's unpack what's driving this. Duffy's push aligns with the Trump administration's 2026 budget proposal, which slashes NASA's science funding by nearly half, up to 50% for Earth science programs. The argument? NASA should focus on exploration, like landing humans on the moon and Mars, not redundant climate work that agencies like NOAA could handle. Duffy's also fast-tracking a 100-kilowatt nuclear reactor for the moon by 2030 to power lunar bases, citing competition with China as a national security priority. Here's the critical angle. Duffy says Earth science isn't NASA's core mission, but the 1958 National Aeronautics and Space Act disagrees. NASA's Earth observing system tracks sea level rise, deforestation, and climate patterns, data vital for global policy. Critics, like former NASA Deputy Administrator Lori Garver, call this a savage blow to U.S. leadership in environmental monitoring. Plus, posts on X, like one from @Atrupar, highlight Duffy's exact words, sparking outrage among scientists who see this as politicizing NASA. What happens if NASA drops Earth science? Key missions like the Orbiting Carbon Observatory, which monitors carbon levels, could be axed. This risks gaps in climate data used for disaster preparedness, agriculture, and national security. NASA's Earth science employs thousands at places like Goddard Space Flight Center, and cuts could mean job losses. Internationally, partners in the Artemis Accords rely on NASA's data for climate adaptation. Without it, the U.S. could cede ground to agencies like the European Space Agency. Public opinion, according to Gallup and Pew, ranks Earth science and asteroid monitoring as NASA's top priorities above lunar missions. Yet, Duffy's also pushing to defund a mission to study the asteroid Apophis in 2029. Ex-users like @Ericaldaw cheer the space race focus, but others, like climate researcher Chris Martz, note the shift back to NASA's original core mission, though that core mission includes Earth science. Here's the rub: redirecting funds to lunar reactors or commercial space stations as Duffy wants could boost companies like SpaceX or Firefly Aerospace, creating jobs on Florida's Space Coast. But privatizing Earth data risks losing its public accessibility, and scientists warn it may not match NASA's quality. Is this a smart pivot or a short-sighted gamble?
The series of
The backlash is real. Nearly 300 NASA employees have signed letters protesting the cuts, and the Senate Appropriations Committee passed a bill to maintain science funding, resisting Duffy's plan. Advocacy groups like the Planetary Society are rallying public support to save Earth science. On X, sentiments range from frustration, "This halves manned spaceflight budgets while gutting productive missions," says one user, to cautious optimism about lunar exploration. Duffy's leadership is interim, but he's acting like a permanent chief, with plans to attend the International Astronautical Congress in Australia. Sources say a new nominee might be named soon, but they'll likely align with the White House's Exploration First agenda. The big question: can NASA balance its cosmic ambitions with its duty to study Earth? Congress and the public will have a say, but time's running out. This debate's heating up and you can join it. Follow NASA's updates on their official channels, check out the Senate's budget talks, or support groups like the Planetary Society. Want to dive deeper? Links to the Ars Technica article and more are in the description. What do you think? Should NASA ditch Earth science for the stars or keep studying our planet? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching, space nerds. This is a pivotal moment for NASA, and we'll keep you posted. Like, subscribe and hit the bell for more space and science news. Let's keep exploring, both Earth and beyond. See you next time.